Hey everybody, thanks for wandering back out to the Digital Hermitage. I'm the Hermit, you can call me Hiccup, and we're back up on the mountains getting into some builds today. I'm really excited to get back to this. I'm just really looking forward to start building again. It's been a little while, and I'm feeling a little rusty, but I've got a cool idea in mind today. We're kind of going to wing it a little bit. I have like a shape in my head that I'm going for, but I don't really have a whole lot planned out. I really just found this. Because you know me, I like to build into the environment. I like to really just try to include a lot of the things that you can find in the world already. So this seemed like a really cool thing. We're going to try and build a little bit of a basement out here, and then also just try and build what is essentially going to be like a really skinny castle. In my head, I'm picturing kind of like a little tower here, or a bigger tower, and then like a little wall, and then another tower out there. So we're going to get this kind of like long wall with two towers, and it's going to look pretty cool. I'm excited about it. And I really like this location for it because the view is going to be awesome on either end. Yeah, this is going to turn out really well, I hope. I think so. Anyway, like I said, I've just got kind of a general picture in mind for what I want to accomplish, but yeah, let's go ahead and wing it. I've got a couple of these potions in my inventory. We did just spawn those in just to make life a little easier for me so we can have some stamina. We are pretty close to our other builds. We've got the Drakeside cabin out here, the Cliff Edge cabin out here, and we're hanging out right about here. So we're not too far away. This is going to be a future build, I think, because that's a really good location, but we're not going to look at that right now. Maybe for the next episode. But yeah, I kind of want to build off of this today. So let me go ahead and try to see what we can get going here. Okay, let's see here. I do kind of want to extend this out. This is going to be a pretty big tower. I don't want to make it super huge, but I do want to get a little bit more of a flooring out here. Maybe we could use this. Let's see how this goes. Alright, that didn't really work out the way I wanted to, so we're going to try something else. I'm going to extend this out. There we go. And let's see if we can actually build a floor off of connecting to the bottom of those. There we go. And then we'll fill in the spaces some other way, however we need to. There we go. That worked out much better. Let me get rid of some of these trees real quick. Which should be as easy as that. Yeah, there we go. Filling in those gaps is going to be a little tricky. We may have to go in and do some of this. Yeah. Yeah, we can figure it out. That won't be too hard. Alright, I'm going to go one more out. Oh, I did want this to be a rather large tower. This side's going to be a little taller, or maybe, no, not taller, but this one's going to be a little larger. The tower at the other end, I want to make a little skinnier and maybe a little taller. This one will be kind of, we're going to go for a pretty big tower, kind of squat. Probably a big opening on top is what I'm seeing in my head. Yeah. Alright, that looks good. Now we just have to connect it all in a ring, if we can, best we can. Let's see how we can do that. How would this look? You know, I wouldn't be mad at it. I don't actually mind these two little out juts, but just for fun, let's try and do it like this. No, see, yeah, that's gonna... Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this little tie out here. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. It's actually, I think it'll give the outside a little bit of a... Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Just a little bit of, like, texture. Yeah, it's gonna make it not look so perfectly round. Let me go ahead and add this in. We're just gonna do this all the way around. And there we go. Yeah, there we go. That is quite big, actually. That is huge. All right, now we just got to fill in the insides here, and I think I was going to do that just by adding a couple of these in on both sides. Yeah, there we go. It kind of fills it in pretty good. Alright, so let me go around and do that everywhere. That's just going to take a minute. So one of these, one of those and one of those. Oh, let's try and get it to snap to the right spot here. Little tricky, little tricky. There it goes. And then a 1x1 up in the front. Either way, it doesn't really matter. And that kind of blends in pretty nicely. All right, yeah, let me go ahead and just fill these gaps in just like that real quick. And I'll bring everybody back in just a minute when I've got this all nice and filled in. All right, just going in and adding these little blocks, making it all match up as best we can. If this is your first time checking out a build through video of mine, just want to let you know that the build through is us starting from the beginning of the game and working our way through each of the biomes, and only building with the resources that you would have available in those biomes. I'm not going back and like building, you know, crazy stone or black marble builds in the meadows yet. We may go back and do some of that near the end of the build through, just kind of like go back and actually start meshing all the different biome build pieces in different biomes and seeing what we can create. But for now, we are in the mountains, and I'm only building with mountain gear. So everything that we would have unlocked by the time we got to the mountains, that's what we're working with. And this is looking pretty good so far. Look at that. That's quite the platform. I do kind of want to put in a little bit of a walk path, or not walk path, but we'll seal this in a little bit. I do want to keep the staircase to go down, so we are going to have a little bit of a basement out this way, which may be one of the next things I work on. But first, I think we want to build up the walls on the outside. So let's go ahead and get started on that. All right, so again, we've got 3 pieces, which works out 1, 2, 3. I think what I'm going to do is pick a side, and for me, I want it to be this right side. So we'll go this here, and then we'll build this up here. And then we're gonna, actually, you know what would be cool? Let me see if this looks pretty. I think this would be pretty good. Let's see if we can do the opposite next to it, so that these little 2x1s. Yeah, look at that. All right. All right, if we're gonna get that to match up everywhere, we're gonna have to do this here, do a 4x2, and then the 2x2s, and then swap, and then do 4x2 over here, and then a 2x2 over here. Perfect. Yeah, we'll just keep that pattern up going the whole way, so alternating. So this will be another 4x2, and then the 2x2s. And then the 4x2 over here, and the 2x2s on this side this time. And we'll just keep alternating that all the way around. Let me go ahead and loop that around, and I'll bring you back in just a minute. Alright, that's almost the whole first wall, and again, big wall to big wall. 2x1s to the 2x1s. Actually, easier to put this in first. For me, anyway. And then snap these little 2x1s onto the side. There we go, and now we have our whole pattern. And you can kind of see it too. The 2x2s or 2x1s line up there, and then on the next corner, walls, 2x2s, walls, 2x2s, walls, 2x2s. Yeah, or 2x1s, sorry. But yeah, no, that came together pretty good. And we're gonna have to build that up. I'm probably only gonna build this up as tall as the stone will let me. Again, I wanted this to be a little squatter. We may even pull these back a little bit so that we have more room out here, because we really just need that to be. Actually, we may destroy this entire thing. Let me go ahead and do that. Perfect. All right, and then we're also going to get rid of this layer. We want it all to be the same height. Nice. That way we have a nice floor here. Look at that. We'll go ahead and keep those stairs just like they are. Perfect. And we'll put up some kind of railing. I'm also probably going to... Oh, this needs to be filled in a little bit. We have a little bit of gap here around. Or, you know what, actually? Yeah, okay. There we go. They were only looking like gaps because they were a little busted. That fills it in a lot better, actually. All right, we won't worry about it so much then like that. Perfect. And then we do kind of want to seal this in. Problem is the stairs go down pretty slow. So I think right here is going to be our first opportunity. Yeah, to really put in a flooring of any kind. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and use these 2x1s. Is that going to be too close? It's going to be too close. Alright, so it's going to start here. Let's go ahead and start building that out. We will have to add some supports now. Oh, it's a little off. How about... There we go. Just like that. Also build this out a little more. Keep it coming this way. There we go. Alright, we're gonna have to do this quickly. It'll have support if we can get it to... Well, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and just kind of snap it there first. Oh, nope. Still doesn't want the support. How about if we... There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, there we go. We've got kind of a semicircle opening there for the staircase. Not a whole lot I don't think we can do about that, really. We'll just have to put some railings up. Yeah, I guess we could build this out a little bit more, but we may have to build off of the stairs here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this little roofing. I only did this so I'd have a little resting spot down here, but we really don't need it. And now it's in the way. There we go. Let's put our stone cutter back up. Probably right about here. I think that'd be out of the way enough. There we go. Now we can see what we're doing. My goodness, there's so many wolves around. They won't stop howling. They howl so much. All right, let me go ahead and walk down here. Is this going to be good enough? I think that's probably good enough. I do kind of want to try and build onto this. Problem being it's going to be really tricky to do. Well, hang on. What if we just do that? Perfect. Maybe not quite what I was going for. And that's going to be too much. Alright, never mind. We'll leave it right here. That seems pretty good. We can leave it like that. Nice and open. I do want to get a little bit more support underneath the stairs. Just make it look a little more supported. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Can I sneak one in here without getting in my way? Yeah, look at that. Nice. Alright. That's looking good. We can go back and add in the railing later. Alright, so the next issue we're going to run into is I really want to have... yeah, I want to have like an under area. We're going to go out this way for it. Right here. Yeah, this way. A little bigger opening. There we go. How much of this all is busted up too? There we go. Have to go and fix up as much of this as I can here in a little while. That's a nice little opening right there. Perfect. Kind of want some little supports here. Little angle on them just to make it look really nice. Nice. There we go. And then we'll start digging. Oh, there's a silver vein here. That's right. I forgot it when I was scouting this. There was silver sticking right outside or right inside here. So I might have to take a little bit of time and knock this out. Oh boy. May bring you back in a little while when this is done. This is gonna take some time. There we go. Alright, to make my life just a little easier, we're just going to dig out in this skinny little path right here that I've got going. I do want to expand it to the left and right and make it a little bigger, but we're going to stay right here so that the flooring above us doesn't collapse in on us yet. I want to just dig it out a good little ways. I do want to have a nice little underground layer down here. So let's keep going. We definitely want it to go. Yeah, we're gonna get outside of what we have drawn as far as our walls outside. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna take this corner right here. We're gonna try and build that out straight, just like that. Yeah. And then we'll have to add another little block into the wall. Make sure it comes all 2 by 1 back into it. All right. So that is, you know, 1, 2, or 2. Well, here we go. Let's do it like this. 1, 2, 3, and then this will have, you know, 1. Oh my gosh, hard to snap it. 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna do that again. 1, 2, 3. So the other wall will be right here. Ah! Just like that. Snap it to the outside again. I believe that's what we're going for. Let's build that out a little bit and then see if they connect. There we go. Something feels wrong here. Nope. Actually, that looks pretty good. Alright, so I just want to build these across. Alright, we've got a little bit of an overlap here in the middle. Let me see. What would happen if we started... Oh my goodness, do I need to build another workbench out here? Alright, break all that. Let's do it this way instead. Let's put one out on each side. There we go. Yeah, we're still going to end up with just a little bit of overlap in the middle, but that's alright. They still line up. Yeah, that'll make for a nice big wall section. This is going to be a pretty big base, actually. This is going to be huge. Alright, I do want to try and build up the dirt around this as much as possible, just to kind of make our lives a little easier. But I guess, well, actually, no, I do want to do this before we get into, yeah, before we get into cutting down any more of this dirt here. I kind of want to build these out. Make sure that it at least extends to each side of the wall there. There we go. Go ahead and leave that wood out just in case we need to use it again. I was thinking about extending this a lot farther, but I might not, because this is actually going to be pretty huge already, just the way it's built. So let's see, how far are we willing to go then? Alright, that's already 2. If we're counting, I'm going to count it, because it's, yeah, that's, lock that in right there on top of that. So that'd be 1, 2 4x2s. Place it in the front and then snap it backwards. There we go. Alright, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're not getting any support on that now. Let's drop it down even lower here. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 6 should do it. I do want it to be a little bit more of a rectangle, a little bit more of a corridor than a box, so... Can we build this up just a little bit? Oh, we need a workbench out here. Alright, let's plop down a workbench. Nice. Alright. Back to this wall. And that gets us 6 straight across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that's going to be plenty, I think. Alright, let's go ahead and duplicate that on the other side. Build this up as best we can. Not really going to be able to, are we? That's okay. Alright, let's build this across. So we've already got 2. Yeah, started with 2. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go ahead and build our little guide over again. Make sure we are still lined up. We should be. I don't think anything should have moved, so this should really just line up again almost perfectly. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I don't have enough wood for it. Oh, we got some out here. Here we go. Nice. Yeah, that's looking good. All right. Dragons. Silly dragons. Go away, I'm building. Alright, we're gonna keep building this out just a little more. Whoop, that's getting down pretty low, isn't it? Guess we don't need to go that low. Alright, we're getting pretty close to the edge. This is really where I want it to be. I'm gonna try not to cut the wall anymore if I can help it, or... Whoops! What a pain, what a pain. I really wanted to have natural walls down here. I can fix it, it's just gonna be a little bit of a pain. I'll show you how I'm gonna fix it here in just a second. Let's get rid of a little bit more silver. Ah man, this silver really messed me up. Well, we may chop it back a little bit. I don't know. Let me see if I can fix this the way I want to. Oh yeah, actually, that kind of looks awesome. Just chop this down one more time to kind of straighten that wall out. There we go. Look at that. Very nice. Oh, are we showing more silver now? Alright, well that's going to be a pain. But yeah, let me try and dig this out just like that, if I can. Are we going all the way out here? We are. Woo. Tall, tall, tall. Okay. Okay. There we go. That's a pretty big room. I may keep it at this size right here. This looks great, actually. Uh-oh, a little more silver. Don't mess me up, silver. Come on, just disappear into the wall. Just disappear into the wall. Good enough, maybe, right? I don't know. I don't want to hit the wall anymore. Can we just smack the silver vein? Oh gosh, we're gonna hit the wall, aren't we? I don't want it to show. I don't want it to be showing. Yep, darn it. Alright, well we can fix it. Let's go ahead and get rid of that chunk too, just because. Alright, build the dirt back up. Chunk, chunk, and a chunk. Nice. Very cool. Alright, now let's see if we can flatten this out. Wow, I actually find that really hard to believe. I was thinking we'd take some of these and kind of run them along to provide support, and I still might. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Yeah, here we go, nice and gently. We're just gonna follow that right there. Just like that, there we go. And having that dug into the wall there, that should provide that with enough support to not collapse as we dig out the rest of the support that it's got going. There we go. Nice. I'd like to add in just a little. Yeah, there we go. And we may have to toggle that down just a little bit, but I just want it to be sealed in down here as best as possible. There we go. Very nice. That looks great. I do think that means we need to pull this down a little bit more. Chop this down. Chop this down. Nice. And again, just bring that up. And then we'll probably go in and add a little bit of flooring here. We're going to try and make it pretty even. You know what? Let's just get a little bit of a pattern in here. Why not? Wouldn't mind doing that. Actually, this doorway is a little lopsided. Not the worst thing in the world, but I think this, I would consider this more or less center of the doorway. More or less. Get that corner a little sharper. There we go. Yeah, I kind of want to outline the flooring with these little blocks. I think that'll look really good. Just kind of give it a little bit of an outline, a little bit of a design. Go ahead and pull this in since the flooring pieces really won't line up all that well. There we go, and then we can add this in on both sides to seal it up. There we go. That's looking pretty awesome. There's a little gap here that I'm going to try and just seal in by kind of building this wall out a little bit more. There we go. Do kind of want to have that just go all the way up, actually, I think. And we're going to go ahead and just pull that straight across. There we go. There we go. That looks great. And we'll probably come back in. I don't know that I'll do this right now. We'll come back in. There we go. Paint the walls this normal kind of outside color. Just kind of repaint them their natural color. Look at that. That looks awesome. Instead of trying to... Yeah, we're going to build down over here again. I'll probably build this out a little bit and then add some of this in just to seal up that ceiling just a little bit more. I don't want to mess with it any more than it already has been. There we go. That looks fine. That looks fine. Awesome. This is coming together really well. We can get rid of this. There we go. And instead of... Okay, we're just going to chop this down to kind of get it out of the way. There we go. But it should be fine right there. I'm going to leave it right there because I think the flooring we're going to put in over top should cover it. Yes. Yep. So we'll be fine there. Oh, funny. Okay, there we go. That's where I want it to be. Yeah, just like that. Same thing over here. We're going to build this out. Just like that. We may end up having to build some more of these metal beams across for a little bit of support, but we'll get to that in a second. What I really want to do is build these out, and then they're going to come down a little bit. There we go. And then the stairs. Perfect. There we go. We'll just do that again. I think that should look fine. Actually, we could probably mimic what we've already got going on downstairs and add in a little bit of a pattern or a little bit of an outline here on the side. Let me see if that lines up a little better. Yeah, I can get behind that. That looks pretty good. All right, let's fill in these gaps real quick. All right, right here, I'm going to start building this wall over. Just like that. There we go. And that should wall off our downstairs section just as well. We can build this down. Very good, very good. Back upstairs we go. Zoom. We will have to get rid of this wall. There we go. Good enough. And then we're going to have to bring all of this over. Now, this is where I think we're going to have to add in some more of these beams. Ah. Right. My bad, everyone. Getting ahead of ourselves. We put that pattern in after the fact, so let's go ahead and just toss that in real quick. Start with these. Ah, yeah, look at that. Pull this in. Might even look good just to snap something like this in there on the inside. Yeah, there we go. And this is going to be railinged off because the floor down there will just continue back this way. All right, there we go. This is coming together nicely. I probably want to add another staircase on either end. Kind of like get a little bit more dramatic with it. There we go. There we go. Then we'll build the floor back some more. Then go ahead and seal these in. Continue the pattern. And then just put these little edge pieces in, and it's good to go. Look at this. This is great. We're going to add a couple of flooring, or not flooring, but we're going to add some walls in down here just to seal this in as best we can. Provide that with enough support to get by. The rest of it's just dirt, and that's fine, just like that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Now the only thing I need to do is kind of shrink this a little bit so that we can get our tower somewhere right there, maybe a little lookout tower. I do want the other tower to be connected. This is pretty cool, though. I like this so far. This is getting pretty dramatic. Add in a little stone railing up here, make it look pretty cool. There we go. Nice. All right, now let's build the side walls up. Nice. That looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, man, this place is getting huge. This is a big base. Alright, we can lose our little measuring sticks here. Would be fun to kind of have that tower come a little bit out here. Let me see what we can do about that. How much can we build this whole area up, huh? There we go. That's probably a good size. I really did want this to be a slightly smaller tower. The trick is going to be building it onto the edge here, because I don't want it to, it's not going to take up the whole side, because it's not going to be half the size of that one over there. I do want it to be much taller. So let's see what we can do about this here. There we go. All sealed in. All right, now we just need to connect this building here somehow out to a little tower right here, because I do want a really tall tower. So how are we going to get a doorway right here? Four seems a little big. We don't quite need to go that big. So let's go ahead and put this back. We can do... There we go. Much better. Alright, so that is going to be the doorway out to our new little tower. We are going to need to build the ground up just a little bit more if it'll let us. That way we don't actually have to build any supports. Uh-oh, it's not going to. Okay. Well, that's going to be tough. Let's go ahead and do this all the way around, shall we? Yeah, there we go. That's going to look a lot better. All right, that's going to work a lot better, too. There we go. Pull all of it down to this level. Perfect. Alright, so I do want to keep this pretty circular, and I do want it to be smaller. So I'm using a kind of an interesting pattern here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 of the 2x1s, and then we're going to use one little block here. And it's going to make for kind of an oblong shape here. Back to the single brick. Back to the normal brick, or 2x1. Just like that. There we go. Yes, much skinnier. Alright, so what we're going to do here is actually add in a bunch of these right into the center of each of these little squares on each corner. That'll let us build up really tall. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and place this kind of as best centered as I can right there in that stone. Same thing over here. We're going to do the same thing over here. And one right here. We'll have to build this up as we go. I'm going to go ahead and add a second layer to them. That way they're built into the stone and you don't really see them. Well, I hope I've turned that. Oh my gosh. I just realized my mic has been muted. I'm just gonna come clean, everybody. My poor dog has been doing pretty bad today. He's gotten sick several times. I've had to get up and take care of him several times. Had to get up and mute and pause the video several times. I just realized I had myself on mute, and I had just started talking again. I really hope that didn't. I really hope that that doesn't come through in the video. I'm hoping it didn't. We'll see though. Or I should say, I hope I actually didn't like miss myself talking or miss recording anything. That would be a bummer. But if I did, please forgive me. I've been jumping up and down from this table in this game several times today, trying to take care of my poor puppy. Anyway, that's enough boo-hooing. Sorry about that. Let's keep building. I'm really just trying to seal this floor in. That's all I want to do. Just like that. We're just going to seal it in. There is a bit of a pattern. You know, we just kind of did the outer ring, and now we're just kind of building this side over. And I'm actually going to try and build this back this way too. Just like that. I think that should line up with this almost perfectly. Yep, nice. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's going to end up looking pretty good. All right, so I'm just filling in the flooring up here, and then we're going to do a little bit of a roofing trick to make sure that we still get our rested bonus, and to make sure that we are still covered up here. So let me go ahead and just fill this in. Most of it should line up pretty darn perfectly. Oh, come on, stamina. Gosh. There we go. Yeah, bring the stamina, or bring the flooring over here. Gosh, I'm feeling scatterbrained. Here we go. Bring it in. And one more. There we go. There we go. So we really are just trying to seal in this floor. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Just trying to seal in this floor so that we can have a nice little walking path up here. Anyway, on a happier note, are any of you Wanderers big Ark Survival Evolved fans? Like, let me know in the comments below, because sneak preview, well, not sneak preview really, but I just wanted to mention it here if you've watched the video and you've watched this far into the video. If you think that's something you'd be interested in, me and my wife just bought a room microphone. Normally I record on a headset. I really love this headset. It's a very high-end headset, and I think it sounds really good. And I think it's just really nice for recording. It really sounds awesome. But we got a slightly cheap room microphone, and what we want to do is I really want to start a new series on this Ark Survival Ascended that they've got coming out. And it is out already. I've got it downloaded, so we're probably going to start that pretty soon here, one of these days. But that is my wife's favorite game, like, of all time. She loves Ark. Ever since she got into... That is the first game she ever got into, gaming-wise, actually. And I always think that's really awesome, and I always brag about her, because that's really cool. That's a very hardcore game to just step into. And I've always thought so. I was just like, man, you know, like, all of the rest of us, especially me, I grew up gaming. There's a lot of games I've played over my lifetime. There we go. We'll just build it up like this. There's a lot of games that I've been playing as I've grown up, and I've been a gamer most of my life. And eventually, at some point, I just decided that I needed more challenging games, and I started playing everything on, like, the hardest difficulty I could find, or tweaking stats so that I would play harder difficulties, all the goods. And you know, Ark, I feel like Ark is actually a pretty tough game, just as is. Like, just as it is. It is I think it is, personally, I think it's a pretty tough game. It's a pretty good survival game. It can be pretty difficult at times. Oh, we messed up our flooring pattern. Not that I really have, like, a pattern here, but let's go ahead and just try to keep this a little more... Yeah, there we go. Uh-oh. Okay. Let me fill this in. But anyway, yeah, we were thinking about starting up an Ark Survival Ascended. As of me recording this video right now, it is only available for PC. It's coming to consoles later in the year. And when it gets to console, it will be cross-platform, so me and Ember will be able to play together, and that will be so much fun, and I can't wait to bring you guys all of that adventure. That's going to be the best. Playing with my wife is always the best. She's the best teammate ever. Her and Timely, man, I have two of the best gaming buddies in the world I could ever ask for. I really love both of them, and I'm really excited. We actually tried to start an Ark Survival Evolved series a while ago. I don't know if any of you Wanderers remember that. Life got way too busy and complicated, and the dogs and everything, just like stuff kept getting in the way, and we ended up not continuing that or following that up, which was a little bit of a bummer because I had a lot of fun with it. But it's coming back with this new Ark Survival Ascended, and we're gonna make a really fun little co-op Married on the Ark series for that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. This build is almost finished. We're gonna do the same thing over here. I did kind of want to put a top to this. I don't know how well that'll go, honestly. So we're gonna tack some of these out onto the side, and we're gonna switch to wood, and we're gonna try and build this up a little more. There we go. All right, And then we need to kind of floor in this entire thing. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to try and just do this all the way around if I can. Kind of. Actually, it might look good to bring that. Yeah. Let's do this. Kind of seal that in pretty good. We are getting into some serious overlap here, so I may clean that up in the decoration phase. Actually, let's go ahead and just get rid of all this center junk here. There we go. I think there's some better snap points now that we've just brought all that in. So we'll just do this, this, that, yeah. Yeah, that feels better, and I'm seeing less twitchiness. That feels better. All right, let's keep it like that. Yeah, more or less what we were going for. So let's try this now. I was going to build with some wood walls up. We're not going to go up too incredibly tall. Probably only 2 walls. Alright, and then we're going to use a single block to try and seal these together, but they're not going to quite fit very well, are they? I may have messed myself up here. This doesn't really look like it's going to connect very well. Crap. We've kind of messed ourselves up a little bit here, I think. It's a really odd shape. I like to build with odd shapes. I really do. And if you couldn't tell, I really don't plan a lot of this beforehand. I really do just get an image in my head, and then I just like to kind of try and toss it together as best I can. Sometimes it works great. Sometimes you end up with these wonky little builds of mine. Most of the time I make it work out pretty well. Think we could get away with that? I think we could. And then you know what? We're going to actually use it in the build itself, I think. Hang on. I think this will work. Alright, yeah, the idea is forming. Hang on, let me toss these all in and then I'll show you what I've got in mind. The idea is taking shape. There we go, that doesn't stick. No, it doesn't. Alright, awesome. So we can just snap these 1x1s on underneath to seal it up. Okay, finally. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Embrace the chaos. And what's going to look really cool, I think, actually, is we can oversnap. Whoops. Don't do that. Oh, hang on. Let me finish these, and then we'll move on to my next thought. All right. So I think it'd be pretty cool, actually, to oversnap these. We may get rid of these. And I think what's going to be cool is to oversnap these like this to create one wall. There we go. And we'll do that everywhere. There we go. Yeah, but then we're going to keep these little openings just as they are, and those will be our tiny little windows. Oh, yeah, that's going to be awesome, actually. I really like this idea. Okay, that worked out well. Woo, we got it. We got it. We figured it out. No biggie. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I can totally get behind this. That works out. Yep, go back to double snapping these. Get those cool little cute angles on the outside. Add a little texture. Nice. Oh, yeah. That looks awesome. I wonder if that'll look too... Is that going to look a little too wonky? Just adding a little bit more of an angle down here. Nah, I think that looks fine. All right, and then up top, we really just want to bring all of the roofing together into a nice little top, which is going to be a little bit of a pain given how the rest of the roof is. So let's just try our best to kind of mesh this all together, shall we? There we go. Just going to start with all of these. Yep, these more angular straight pieces. Perfect. We got a nice little cap, and now we can bring in the extras. I like to start with the middle pieces, that way it all kind of shapes together, and then we'll just kind of piece in the gaps as best we can. There we go. Then we can bring this up one, that one, this one, so on and so forth. Same thing down here. We'll just, I'm not going to snap to either of these two little pieces that we've got here. We're just going to try and mesh it as best we can with the root. Oh, see how that snaps inward a little bit? Perfect. Angle it once. See if we can do that all the way around everywhere. Perfect. Not there. Snap in. There we go. Twist. Snap. Oh, yeah. And that will seal us in nicely. All right, I do need to get in there somehow, though. Let's go ahead and just knock out one wall. Probably this one right here. There we go. Nice. That's all sealed up. Perfect. I don't think we're... Yeah, that hole's not big enough to cause any problems for shelter. Sweet. Look at this little castle. Compact. Actually, a lot bigger than you'd think. It's actually a pretty good size. Take a lot of stone to build this monstrosity. And then also the inside is really nice. I really like this. This is looking really good. We've got a pretty big open area back here. Also our nice little downstairs pocket, which turned out pretty cool too. This is pretty sweet. All right, I think this is the shell. I am gonna go try and add some windows in certain places. And you've seen me do it before. I'll probably down here tack in the windows on these littler walls right there. Yeah, no, don't start doing that. Oh my goodness, bad. It's bad. Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll try to get some windows in here. Woo. Rough. Yeah, we'll try to add in a few windows. It's gonna be a little tricky. Really not though. Really all it's gonna take is just adding in some of these to re-support. Yep. And then tossing some of these back in, just like they were. It's really not going to be super difficult. Yeah, just like that. There we go. Boom. And a little window. We got to fix this one up here. Bam. Oh, nope. I need you to stick out just a little more than that, buddy. There we go. Yeah. So we'll add in some windows. We're going to need a big door, gateway, entrance somewhere, maybe on one side or the other. Thinking about right here, maybe adding a little staircase kind of leading down into the valley. But it's time for the decoration phase. We need to get in here and we really need to decorate this place to the gills. We'll get all the cool crafting recipes, and again, I can switch off this build mode so that I'm only building. See, the trick is just not to spawn in anything that I wouldn't have yet. You can hit, you can hit the no placement cost true in the building, the free building, and get everything. But I'm still only going to be decorating with what I can build with right now. And I think we have a new build piece. Yeah, we've got this blue standing brazier, which is pretty cool. May use a couple of those. But for the most part, we're going to stay in this realm here. We're going to stay with just what we can decorate with and what we can build with here in the mountains. But yeah, it's going to take me a good while to decorate this place. I'm going to go hop to that, and I'll bring you guys back for the flybys here in just a few seconds. Well, for me, it'll be a few hours, but for you, here are the flybys coming right at you. Here we go.